Welcome back to Bordeaux Life, everyone. We're cracking on with the parquet, and it's going down a treat. The room is actually beginning to become one big parquet rather than lots of little spaces between metal beams and things. So really getting a feel of things now. Okay.
It's looking good.
And we're actually sticking the parquet down onto this onto the beams with it's kind of a rubbery solution, so it works really well for no creaking and stopping all the tapping as people walk on as such. So I think this is actually for a gun or something, but there is a gun apparently, but Louis didn't get it from the shop, did you, Louis?
He was trying to save money, wasn't he?
Exactly. Yeah, looks fine. Je pense que ça va aller. Louis, ça c'est pas assez long. Much better, Louis.
So first you place them, because I'm learning at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't film you all the time, so we weren't vlogging.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we're trying to get the lines to kind of be far apart. So the joints, we don't want. I've already said this, we don't want. For example, there's a line. We don't want to place another one right next to it. So Louis' job at the moment, which is going to change very soon, is to make sure that when we've got a joint like this, piece that comes over and the tongue and groove fit in like that, and yeah, the next joint is further away. On saying that, these are really thick joints, so really strong. I know that there are a lot of people putting comments saying, how does it not break when you walk on it? Well, it all becomes one with the tongue and groove. But yeah, so Louis' job at the moment is to select pieces so that we always have the joints offset, a bit like bricks. So
joints offset, and you nail it in where there is the beam there.
Every time on the beam.
Which means that it's not moving or sturdier, and like you said, it makes one. Sorry guys, I am trying to understand it myself. And Louis now is prepping the next line, but he's waiting for you to nail it down first. Ed, you have a spring in your step this morning.
Well, yeah, and it's not my haircut. No, I have a spring in my step because we've got a job to do today. It's really important. It's to measure the ceilings and the walls that we're going to put in, roughly how many plasterboards we need. My spring in my step this morning is because
what is that? Piece of
Brocante are doing a sale at the cost price for plasterboard. So it's and I get 10% off, so I'm actually going to get it 90% price.
Oh, nice. So the DIY shop is doing an offer, and
yeah, that's giving me a spring in my step.
Okay, yes.
Louis, I think Louis is happy that I'm happy this morning, aren't you?
Oh, we all are.
Much more money, yeah.
So yeah, we've got to measure up for that in a bit, and I've got to go and order it. Now, the thing is with the Brico, it's really good plasterboard. It's quite almost brittle, but not brittle, so it's really strong plasterboard. You know how you get plasterboard sometimes? It's a bit mou, a bit soft and not great. Well, that's really good plasterboard, and they said they'll keep it on site at Brico for me until I'm ready for it. So I order it today, get all the benefits of ordering it today. I have until the end of the month, so I've got a few days left, but I want to get it ordered today. And then we know we've got the good price, and I can just go and pick it up when I want.
Oh, the best at, isn't it?
Yeah, should I say Louis can go pick it up?
There we go.
Okay, let's get these in, and then I think I've got a little surprise for Louis.
Oh.
Louis,
Yep.
come here. I think it's time.
Give me the bell.
Uh-oh. It's a ceremony.
It pains
Dun,
me.
dun,
It
dun,
pains
dun, dun,
me to give him my belt.
Da da da.
Yeah, but I have pen on my back too.
Yeah. You know why you
I'm
get
20 years younger than you, but
you're not 24.
this is where you put it.
I'm not 25 anyway. Forgot a year then. Right, Louis, you know why you're getting the belt?
Yeah, I'm going to carry on that.
You're going to give it a go?
Yeah, quite easy. If you can do it, I can do it.
Okay.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Exactly.
Okay. Come across, Anna. Come onto the parquet if you like.
Oh, yes.
Hallelujah. No, not like that.
Why?
You're being silly, Ed.
I am. Okay, and you know what to do. You've seen me do it, so you need to get that first one in first, yeah?
Yeah, one or two.
One. One's enough.
I just put one, I put the nails on,
Yeah?
and after like
You
that I can
start
put
over
it
there where it's nice and close,
Yeah, yeah.
and then that one, and then here, and then... Wait. Attends. Tu vois ça? Il faut que c'est en bas.
Yeah, in English, in English.
I was just telling him
I was
the metal kind of knobbly bit needs to be on the groove. There we go.
perfect. Nice.
I wouldn't say perfect. I'd say okay.
The apprentice just will...
You finished?
No. The
Okay,
apprentice is
listen.
definitely going to be better than the master eventually.
Yes, it would be great if you did become better. It means I don't have to do it then. Put that down 2 secs. What I want to show you is, you might not have noticed me doing it, and it might not work as well for you because you're a bit lighter. But once you get that piece in there, I'm putting my foot on it to keep it down because they're always a bit bowed when they're a bit long. You know? Yeah? Yeah?
Okay.
Right, well, there we go.
Allez.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Yes. Don't worry too much about these cracks, Louis, because when you whack the nail in, it pulls the cracks in.
Yeah.
Okay, let me prep that for you as well. You're going to draw a line for me? Normally you'd use a spatula with grooves, a bit like tiling, and you'd spread it out like that, but it doesn't matter.
It's okay. There we go.
But you don't need to, not when you... It's just such a small area like this. It's okay. I think you were right, Lou. I think we're going to need more than 2 bags, aren't we?
Yeah.
I think the key to it here is not getting it on your gloves so you don't get it all over the parquet.
Did you get it in your gloves? Of course. It's okay.
Are you any good at getting the last bit of toothpaste out?
Toothpaste.
Yeah.
That's a piece.
Mm.
You brush it?
Sometimes. I've done it again, all over my gloves. I think that should be good there. Goodbye for this one. Done this one, I felt so.
You're doing calculations, aren't you?
Yeah, just for the ceiling, about 60 metres squared just in this section. It's a shame Denny hasn't given us the bill, because if we'd had Denny's bill, we'd have known how many metres squared there were up there, but I'm thinking about 60 in this bit, and then I'll check over here. Is there a problem? Ça marche mal? Ok. Bravo Louis, bravo. Premier rangée c'est fait, c'est top.
Encore still 30 lines.
Yeah. Well, I think I'll be off now, Louis. I'll see you in about a week's time. So I'm thinking we're going to need a normal plasterboard, so not for bathrooms and for humidity, so the green stuff. So the normal plasterboard that isn't protected against humidity, we're going to need 162 meters squared, which is 54 plat. I can't remember how many there are on a pallet, but yeah, we'll get 54 normal ones at 90% of the prix coûtant, so the price that Bric-a-Marché are paying. And for the green stuff, we'll see later. I just want to take you downstairs, Anna, and show why we're only at that much and not a lot more.
Okay.
So down here, all I'm doing in normal plasterboard is the ceiling, yeah? Of course, putting lots of insulation in so we don't hear anybody walking above.
Yeah.
But down here, I know I've put this wall in. I know it looks pretty dry, but I just want to be 100% sure that in the future, if there is some kind of humidity problem come from the street or something like that, there's a big, some kind of big, I don't know, flood or something, and there's a lot of humidity coming through the walls, I don't want the plasterboard to go rotten and have to be replaced. So I'm going to future-proof this by everywhere down here, I'm going to be fitting the green stuff. It's more expensive and a lot more expensive.
We got Master Builder over there doing a great job.
No, it's okay. 2 secs. Let me just speak 2 secs, and then you can carry on. So yeah, just future-proofing down here, so that we don't have to ever replace the plasterboard. Really,
Sounds good.
we've got a really interesting bit coming up in about half an hour. So me and Louis are going to get on now, and when we're up to the interesting bit, I'll call you back in, Anna, and we can get going on that.
Perfect. See you in a sec.
See you in a sec. Oh.
Ed, what's going on? Where's Louis, your sidekick?
Well, I had to let him go for his lunch. It's been getting later and later. We're near 1 o'clock now already. Had a bit of an issue.
Oh no.
Basically, I lined up the parquet. I mean, it has to be put in this way around, so there's no other way of doing it. We couldn't work backwards. You have to work forward. So I had to line up the parquet with the other parquet. What I didn't take into account is the fact that when you whack with the hammer, the parquet moves back slightly at the start, and there's nothing for it to move back against. And so I lost the right angle, and I was quite a way back, basically. I've got my solution, I think, but let me get these first couple down of pieces, and then I'll show you where the problem is and how we're going to get around it.
Okay.
Okay, so this is where the parquet is joining up, and this is where I got the big problem. I've kind of split the problem in two because the angle was not quite right. So if you imagine it was a bit, we'll say like that. And so what I've done is put the parquet splitting that problem. And now my idea is with brute force to bring back these gaps where I've kind of split the problem on either side. This side here is actually going to be cut eventually. So it's that side there that's really important.
I'm going to zoom in. I can see it, but it's...
So basically this is where I've kind of split the problem. I'm going to hit this back a little bit because I think this is too close here. It needs to be closer here rather than here. And yeah, when I put some big pieces along here now, along this section here, it should pull it all back in line. There might be a little bit of a crack, but that's fine. Not quite as bad as that, which is what we were out when I first started. A little bit of jiggery pokery. Okay.
I think it's nearly there.
Yeah, it is there, but here it's not. So I'm going to get a big piece first. And like I say, what matters more is that side, not this side. And thankfully, we've got a big beam right there, so we can really go to town on that with nails. But I'm using these biggest pieces I've got, and hopefully it's going to bring it all back in. Let's see. So you can see there, not great. Right, first things first, we're going to nail that back. And then I need to get this big piece here. I might have to put another nail in there. It's just bouncing for the time here. So I've tried my best to get around this kind of problem of it not quite lining up. Unfortunately, I can't get around it. I'm not having big cracks, that's for sure. First of all, it destabilizes the floor. Second of all, it looks awful. So unfortunately, all of that corner there is going to have to come back up and be relaid. So we lost a bit of parquet. I ordered 80 odd meters, so there's more than enough parquet in the lot that we ordered. So a bit of a downer, but one step forward, 2 steps back. But never mind.
But you don't want to compromise on quality, and that's your main thing.
I won't compromise on quality, especially with it being a luxury house that we're trying to make. Not, you know. I don't want problems later on down the line either. So yeah, I'm going to spend the rest of the afternoon taking up that parquet, put some extra lines in so I know that I'm on track, because I still have to go from that side to join up with this line here. So I'm going to have to put some extra lines on, make sure that I'm always on track now, and then join up again. Well, on that sad note, hope you enjoyed today's vlog. If you did, give us a thumbs up, ring that bell, and don't forget to subscribe. Some days are better than other days, we'll say. See you all next time.
See you soon.